He said right here in the scripture, Revelation 8:1 says, when he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for 30 minutes.
Joel Osteen built one of the most powerful churches in the world. Every week, tens of thousands of people fill the arena of Lakewood Church. His sermons reach millions across more than 100 countries. His books sell in the millions. And for more than 2 decades, his smiling voice has defined modern prosperity preaching. But behind that success, there's a problem almost nobody is talking about: the potential challenges of succession and the differing views on prosperity preaching between Joel Osteen and his son, Jonathan Osteen. Joel Osteen is 61 years old, and the future of his empire may depend on a man who once walked away from it, his son, Jonathan Osteen. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. And what happens next could change everything. To understand the risk, you first have to understand the scale. Joel Osteen didn't just build a church, he built a global religious brand. Lakewood Church fills the former Compaq Center in Houston with around 45,000 attendees each week. His television program reaches viewers in more than 100 countries. His books, including Your Best Life Now, have sold millions worldwide. The ministry generates tens of millions in donations and media revenue every year. The ministry isn't just a congregation. It's an institution powered by one man's voice, one man's image, and one man's message. And that raises a difficult question. If such an event sounds unlikely, consider what happened at Saddleback Church. For more than 4 decades, Rick Warren built one of the largest churches in America. His book, The Purpose-Driven Life, sold tens of millions of copies. When Warren retired in 2022, the transition looked perfect. The successor was carefully chosen. The process was planned for years. Yet within about 18 months, attendance dropped sharply. The leadership turmoil began, and the new pastor stepped down. The documented evidence suggests something uncomfortable. Even well-planned megachurch successions, which refer to the process of transitioning leadership in large churches, can collapse faster than anyone expects. And Lakewood may face the same test. Now consider the man many believe could one day lead Lakewood Church, Jonathan Osteen. On the surface, the path seems obvious. He is the only son of Joel Osteen and grew up inside one of the most visible ministries in America. Today, he often leads worship and occasionally appears on stage. But here's what makes the situation complicated. In his early 20s, Jonathan stepped away from the church completely and moved away from Houston for a time. This isn't a criticism, it's an observation. Most successors move closer to leadership. Jonathan once moved away. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Here's where the numbers start to matter. Joel Osteen's personal presence plays a crucial role in Lakewood Church's success. Studies of megachurch transitions show donations often fall 30 to 50% within the first 2 years after a founding pastor leaves. That kind of drop could mean tens of millions lost every year. Staff cuts, production changes, and a slower ministry. Now consider the preparation gap. Joel worked behind the scenes for nearly 2 decades before preaching his first sermon. His son Jonathan built his role mostly through music. Running a global ministry requires something very different. The story of succession struggles isn't unique to Lakewood. History shows a clear pattern. Jerry Falwell built Liberty University into a billion-dollar institution, yet his son's leadership ended in scandal and resignations. Oral Roberts created a media and educational empire, only for his son to face lawsuits and financial collapse. Robert H. Schuller saw his children fight over control, eventually leading to the sale of the church's iconic building. The documented evidence suggests founder-led ministries usually do not survive intact after the next generation takes over. And Lakewood faces that exact historical pattern. The issue at Lakewood isn't just individual skill, it's structure. Lakewood Church is built entirely around Joel Osteen's charisma, voice, and brand. Attendance has plateaued, the average congregant is aging, and younger evangelicals are increasingly skeptical of prosperity theology. Social media now amplifies every misstep, every awkward sermon, every comparison between father and son, making it increasingly difficult for the church to maintain its influence and adapt to the changing attitudes of younger congregants. The documented evidence suggests a leadership transition here is not simply a promotion, it's a systemic stress test. Whoever steps into Joel's shoes must maintain a massive operation. I reinvent the brand and survive scrutiny that previous generations never faced, including the intense public and media scrutiny that can arise from social media platforms. Jonathan Osteen may not be ready for any of this. The documented facts are simple. Joel Osteen is 61, there is no public succession plan, and the empire of Lakewood Church relies almost entirely on his presence. His son, Jonathan Osteen, once walked away, now serves in a supporting role. Mathurin lacks the proven charisma and experience needed to lead. History shows founder-led ministries rarely survive intact through generational transitions. The question isn't whether Lakewood will change. The question is whether it will survive at all. And what happens next may determine the fate of one of America's most powerful churches.